Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to week 5. It's Dr. Bob here. See my shirt, Revolution is upon us. I wore this in honor of last week's discussion on Karl Marx. We'll start there today. You folks did a terrific job with that discussion. You really were able to get in there and break it down. You know, one of the problems with the way people who aren't social scientists sometimes look at the world is very one-sided, right? They have that social paradigm and they can't see beyond it. You hear Marx and you automatically think, bad, all these horrible things. But you were able to pick up on the nuances of what Marx was saying as far as, yes, capitalism is great for making money. It does produce a lot of wealth, creates a lot of jobs, but it does create a lot of inequalities. And so you did an excellent job of breaking that out. Okay, so this week though, you're going to be asked to use more of the contemporary look, if you will, at modern urban cities, and tell me, tell you fellow students, which cities and why you think would be great research areas. And I bring that up because I recently I was in Portland with my wife. We spent the weekend there this past weekend. And Portland is a very unique and interesting city. I think it would make a great city for doing urban research. And in fact, a lot of it has been done there. Now you recall from this week we talk about the Chicago School. And this is really where urban theory began. People like Parks and Burgess, W.I. Thomas, some of these folks, Jane Addams as well. Chicago grew exponentially. It was at a time when there were many factories there, a lot of mercantile, a great need for low-level, moderately skilled employees, but people that, that could fill a job, and they had tons of them. And so they opened up the immigration status, if you will. We opened up our borders, and people came a lot from Western Europe, but also from Asia, from South America, from really all over the world, came to Chicago. And it just grew exponentially in the mid to late 1800s. It just exploded the population there. And with it, really also, from the University of Chicago, came the birth of sociology. This was the first time, here in the U.S. anyway, that we had experienced, as they did in Europe with the Industrial Revolution, people coming from all different cultures and bringing with them their language, their food, their traditions, their norms, if you will, their laws. And so, as a result, Chicago, much like what happened in Europe, was having a difficult time trying to figure out what the heck is going on with society, right? A lot of deviant behavior, or so-called deviant behavior, was on the rise. Murder, suicide, drug, alcoholism, prostitution, gambling, all of these things. And with that, again, came this great growth to the city's infrastructure, the homes, the businesses, the roads, all of that, the various government agencies too, and changes in the family. And so the reason, getting back to Portland, why I think Portland kind of reminds me of Chicago in that respect, is because Portland also underwent this huge explosion, if you will, economically, socially, culturally, the population certainly. There's great diversity in Portland, but one of the things that struck us with my wife and I is, depending on which direction you went, we stayed in the Pearl District. You're going past homeless people. We saw people smoking crack. Right in front of us, smoking crack. Homeless people, the poor, the working poor, and then yet you also see people who were middle class, upper middle class, and there are certainly some very wealthy areas in Portland. What also is happening with Portland, as is happening in a number of these large cities, the popular cities, if you will, is prices for homes and real estate, and even just rent is going so high that it's pushing out the middle class, and as many argue, even the wealthy are being pushed out by the millionaires. So anyway, when you're thinking about those, I hope you give some thought to, I know a number of you live in Los Angeles, and I hope some of you think outside of Los Angeles, other large cities perhaps where you've lived, or you thought just might be kind of interesting to conduct research. Okay, that said, just have real quickly a few words about the midterm exam. It is coming up Sunday, either Sunday or very First thing Monday, I will go over the exam again, what I'm looking for. But you have your choice among 4 things, whether you use the evolutionary approach or some of the other different concepts, that you'll have there. And again, you'll have all week to work on it, but that's not until next week. So for this week, I want to say adieu, and as always, if you need help with anything, you know how to get a hold of me. So I hope you all have a great week, and thank you. Bye.